What's up guys? Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're watching this at. I hope you are doing great. I hope you're doing just awesome. I know I am so great at consistent uploads. I will film a vlog soon with an update of what's been kind of going down and why I haven't been uploading. But for today, I'm going to teach you guys how to spray paint your BMX part. Personally, I will be spraying this crankset, but the process for any part is exactly the same. So let me take you guys through this. And whether you got some used parts that you want to change the color of like me, or you just want to change the colorway of your bike, or you just want to change in your bike without having to buy new parts, then this video is for you. So first you need some supplies. I just got back and this is what I got. So first up you need some sandpaper. You need to roughen up the paint and coat on this. Take off any lacquer that might be on it and kind of rough it up so the paint has something to stick to. Next up, you'll need primer, and this is a universal primer. I'm sure you can get a primer specific to alloy and steel parts, but this is what I got. Basically, primer will fill in any deeper scratches that will show once you put on a new coat of paint. So this will kind of smooth it out. We've got the paint. I chose Montana Gold Matte Black because I don't think this color will suit my bike. And I know that black cranks suit my bike really well. So yeah, that's just what I'm going with. And you will also need some masking tape to cover up any parts of the parts that you're spraying that you don't want painted. And last but not least, you need some clear coat, you need some lacquer to then put over the paint to protect it and to stop it from chipping and give it that little bit of glossy look. I got semi-gloss because I got matte black, so I'm hoping it won't be too glossy. But yeah, make sure you have the area that you're using protected because you will make a mess. I would recommend doing this outside, but the weather is being kind of Irish right now, so I'm going to do this inside. So the first step of the process is sanding everything down. Okay, so I have 60 grit here, 100 grit and 150 grit. I would recommend even finer than 150 to finish up on, but this is just what I got, so I'm gonna go with it. Start off with the most rough one, the 60 grit. And you want to make sure if there's any CNC machining on the part, like these little crooks and crannies, that you get the sandpaper in there and you roughen that up as well, because the paint can just chip away if it's not roughened up, and there's lacquer below the paint that we're gonna put on. You don't have to take off all the paint off whatever part you're spraying. You just have to roughen up the surface, as you can see here, especially if the part is anodized to begin with. It's going to be difficult to take it all off. So you don't need it to be literally raw metal, you just need it to roughen up. And these are St. Martin hollow flat 160 mils, by the way, if anyone is wondering. So one down, one to go. Before we tape them up, we'll want to clean off any dust, any grease, anything that might be on the parts that the paint will stick to and then can just rub off. Cleaning, you want to use a cleaning solution, rubbing alcohol, anything with high alcohol content, white spirit in this case. I think white spirit would be the best thing to use. Let's clean this off. And also, safety first, so make sure you have a mask, and you'll need it especially when you're spray painting. Throw it on, and let's get clean. And when your parts are clean, don't worry about them looking shiny. That'll happen, that's just the metal. You did rough up the paint and that's what matters. So next, after cleaning it, we need to tape it up, protect it. In this case, it is any bolts, any threads, any sprocket, obviously in this case, spindle. Yeah, just any parts that you don't want any paint on. Just tape them up, cover them up, get rid of them. Just give me a second. It is all covered up. So step number 3 is primer. So for this we are going to go outside. As far as the primer goes, you'll want to put on 2 to 3 coats and leave around 10 to 15 minutes in between coats before you put the next one on. So yeah, let's go outside and do this. So you definitely get the most even coat if you hang up your parts rather than putting them on some. One thing I forgot myself is definitely you don't want to do too long bursts of the primer or paint because you'll get drips. So short bursts of paint. Keep the can around 30 to 50 centimeters away from the object that you're painting. I'm going to have to wait for this to dry and then sand it down and put another base coat on. And the other one doesn't look too bad. So I've just put the final coat of primer on, and I know it doesn't look the most even, but it is smooth to touch. I felt it before putting the last coat on, and I'm going to give it an hour to dry now before moving on to the next step of the process. And when the primer dries, the next step is to sand it down again to make sure the surface is really smooth, and for this you want to use really fine sandpaper. So we are going to use 150 grit. Like I said, I would even use finer than that, but this is what I got. Prepared, primed up, sanded down, they're nice and smooth, and it's time for the next step, which is the first layer of paint. These are the cranks after the first after the first coat of paint. Yeah, I love it. They're looking fresh, nice and even. Awesome. It's a little extra touch. Cool. So let's leave that to dry. Probably going to go for around 4 coats of the paint. I'm going to put on the final paint coat and then wait a few minutes and then put on the clear coat. So as you can see, it's getting pretty damn dark now, and the paint is looking nice. No drips, no like chips, no bumps. Okay, so it's time to put on the clear coat now. So for the clear coat, you'll want to put on 2 to 3 coats, just see how it looks, but that should protect the paint from chipping and light scratches. So again, make sure that you're using quick short bursts of paint or clear coat, and you're keeping the spray can around 30 centimeters away from the item that you're painting. I think this is turning out easily to be one of the best paint jobs I've ever done on any part, just because I'm really taking my time with this and not rushing through it like I usually would. So another 10 to 15 minutes and we're going to put on another coat, and then we're going to call it quits and let it dry for like 24 to 48 hours. As far as the drying goes, you can put them on your bike as long as it feels dry to the touch, but I wouldn't recommend it because the paint will definitely chip and it's not going to look as nice after some time. I want this to last, so I'm going to be patient with it and let them dry as long as they have to. So it is the morning after, and I brought them inside last night just because it's warmer in my house than it is outside during the night. And so yeah, let's have a look at these. The paint job's looking nice and fresh. No drips, no scratches. Love it. Can't wait to see what it looks like with the sprocket. I'm going to take off the tape. I'm not going to take it off yet. I'm going to leave it till this evening, so it has had 24 hours to dry before I put it onto my bike. So I put the new cranks on last night and they are looking slick AF. Seriously, I love how they look. I had black cranks on before this, but I really like the shape and like the little cutouts on these, and they're so much lighter, like they're hollow, and I'm real happy with them. Obviously there's some things that I could have done better, like using a higher grit sandpaper for buffing and just little things like that, but I'm happy with how they came out. Yeah, I look forward to getting a session in. So yeah, I hope this video helps you. If you want to change up the look of your bike without spending loads of money on new parts, this is the way to do it. If you're new around here, I'd appreciate if you press that subscribe button down below, and if you're already subscribed, then just liking the video is plenty. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy, I hope you learned something, and share this video around, help your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Peace!
Yeah, looking around at the collision of ambition and vision, I'm really starting to believe that I just dream for a living. I couldn't play it safe, that's way too risky for me. Instead I'm walking out of shows with like 250 on me. I couldn't sit around and wait, I had to hustle on it. Too